Is Durham's oldest unsolved murder. All right, it looks like I am live. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Tammy Morrison, and I am here to talk about intuition in business and how to use your intuition in business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just share a little bit about who I am. I am an intuitive healer, and my jam is helping people to connect to their soul, to connect to their spirit team, to their intuition, so that they can live a better life, and so that things will begin to flow for you. Because once you start to connect to your soul and you connect to the essence of who you are, which is one of the things that I love to help my clients with. So that being out of the way, I'm going to get started. I'm going to talk about the spiritual gifts, and I'll talk about a little bit how to use them in your life and business, because so many times we have access to these powerful, powerful tools, but we don't use them. So that is my motivation for coming on here today. And thank you so much for whoever is joining. I'm not going to be able to share my screen, but I'm going to get to it. Okay. So there are a few different spiritual gifts. The four main spiritual gifts are clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairaudience, clairsentience. There are so many different ways that you can use them. So typically, I'm gonna start with the definition of intuition. So the definition of intuition, there's a few. Intuition is defined as the ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning. Used in a sentence, we shall allow our intuition to guide us. Another definition for intuition is a thing that one knows or considers likely from instinctive feeling rather than conscious reasoning. So, used in a sentence, your insights and intuitions as a native speaker are positively sought. So, intuition is typically the ability to acquire knowledge without proof, evidence, or conscious reasoning, or without understanding how the knowledge was acquired. I believe that scientific intuition does exist. And it's a powerful tool that we can use in business. So, why is intuition so powerful to use in business and life? Because intuition can save your life, your business, and help you succeed in life. The process of using your intuition is much like the game of life. How you use it depends on your connection to your higher self. It also takes some getting quiet within yourself to recognize the divinity in yourself. Most of us come from a place of being lost to what is inside of us. Even though we are spiritual beings having a human experience, there are times that we don't recognize the gift of us inside of us. We are not often taught to tune into our bodies and sense or feel what is going on in our life. There are times when once we get to a place where we learn how to tune into our body. And that's really not a hard thing, y'all. It really is. It can be simple. But what it takes is practice and consistency. So you want to begin to get in love with the idea of taking some breaths and using some breath work and using the magic in that, because there is magic in breath work. So the four spiritual gifts again are clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance, and clairsentience. And those are the main ones. There are others, because there's clairalience, which is smelling. There's another one that's tasting. Clairgustance, that's tasting. So if you have a sense where if you're thinking about somebody or something comes and you taste like something that maybe a person that you know eats, or likes, or for me, a lot of times I will smell roses, especially when I do my rose alignment. So I'll smell roses. So that is an example of that. As far as our spiritual gifts, as we begin to open up, then we'll begin to understand ourselves more and how to dive into it so that we can use it for our businesses. So I'm going to talk about clairvoyance first, and it's the first gift we're going to discuss. Clairvoyance is clear seeing. So clairvoyance is a psychic power or ability to see objects, animals, and people despite distance involved. And clairvoyance can also pick up on past and future events. Clairvoyance, often used as a general term that includes other extrasensory visual abilities such as telepathic communication and perception, prophetic visions, and lucid dreaming. Clairvoyance is powered by the third chakra. So our third chakra is what clairvoyance is powered by. Since the chakras is physically located in the head, blockages can manifest as headaches, issues with sight or concentration, and hearing problems. People who have trouble listening to reality, who seem to know it all, or who are not in touch with their intuition may also have a block. When open and in alignment, it's thought that people will follow their intuition and be able to see the big picture. So, how we can use clairvoyance in business? How we can use clairvoyance in business is sometimes we'll go to a place and we'll see something. And it might not be something that you can visually see, but you'll see it in your mind's eye. You know, you'll hear when people are talking to you. Sometimes you get a vision, you'll get a visual of something. Sometimes you get a visual of something that you need to do. And so we can use clairvoyance in that way. The next one I'm going to discuss is claircognizance. So claircognizance is clear knowing. So typically people that receive psychic information and not sure how they know, there's typically no explanation in how this occurs. And so that happens many times as you pick up on the energy of someone. And so you just know in a person or a place, or, you know, you go to a new job, something that you're not familiar with, and you get intuitive hits about people that you meet or a place in general. Or it could be when you are dealing with your clients, all of a sudden you'll get an intuitive hit and you'll just know something about them and you'll share it and they'll be like, I wonder how she knew that, because you're clear cognizant. And that can help you so much, you know, in your business, because it gives you needed information that you may not have had if you weren't in touch with your gifts. And claircognizance is that little notion that you get when you know something and you don't know how you know it. Now, has that happened to any of y'all? Because it has sure happened to me. Sometimes I'll know stuff. My husband will say, how did you know that? I'm like, I don't know. It just came to me, you know, and that is exactly how it happens. And it'll happen like that for you in business. The more you connect with your spirit team, the more you realize and recognize who is speaking to you. What are you knowing? What are you seeing? You know, the more you recognize that, you'll be able to do so much better in business. You'll excel against other people. Claircognizant people usually known as know-it-alls, simply because they know things they don't even know how they know them. There's a deep sense of knowing inside. When you're at work and you automatically know something, oftentimes you'll get an aha moment. The answers to problems and questions will just pop in your head and you will instantly know it is right information. What's really happening is that your spiritual team is passing on information to you. But typically those people say, I know. So if you hear people that say, oh, I know, then they could possibly be claircognizant. It's powered by the crown chakra. So the crown chakra is linked to every other chakra and therefore every organ in the system. So it affects not just all of those organs, but also our brain and nervous system. It's considered the chakra of enlightenment and represents our connection to our life's purpose and spirituality. So that's another way that it can help you in business, because if you are using your crown chakra and you are using the claircognizance that all of us have, most of us don't use it, then we can connect to our life purpose, and that will help us in business, because then you'll know if you're doing the right thing. You know, those with a blocked crown chakra may seem narrow-minded, skeptical, or stubborn. So that is what it's like if your crown chakra is blocked, and that claircognizance can't flow through. When the chakra is open, it's thought to help keep all the other chakras open and to bring the person bliss and enlightenment. So that is something that you are welcome. So clairaudience is the next one, and it's when you hear things other people don't necessarily hear from spirit. You're experiencing clairaudience. When you hear things which transcend time and space, you hear things in the distance, you hear audible voices speaking to you, someone who hears information from the mind, not the ears, basically is telepathic info coming into the mind. Sometimes people will hear their own voice, or sometimes it sounds like another voice. And how you can use that in business, because I do. You can ask a question and you can get an answer. You can say, what do I need to do in order to make my business run, more efficiently? Or what do I do about this client, that I have that is having this problem? And you can get information that way through claircognizance, and it is powered by your throat chakra. So as one would expect, this chakra is connected to our ability to communicate verbally. Voice and throat problems, as well as any problems with everything surrounding that area, such as the teeth, gums, and mouth, can indicate a blockage. Blocks or misalignments can also be seen through dominating conversations, gossiping, speaking without thinking, or having trouble speaking your mind. When alignment, you will speak and listen with compassion and feel confident when you speak, because you are being true to yourself with your words. And so that is another thing with clairaudience. It helps you with your throat chakra, so it helps you be able to speak properly when you are conducting business. So if you are in a client situation, you're talking to a client in a sales call, or you are in a meetup, or a what they call networking place, or something like that, and you're able to speak and you're able to share what it is that you do effectively, then that is going to help your business. It's going to help you. So the next one is clairsentience. And clairsentience is all about feeling. When you feel things other people don't necessarily feel, you're experiencing clairsentience. Clairsentience is a type of energy reading performed by especially empathic people. When clairsentients sense other people's emotions, they will feel them physically. Clairsentient messages are generally more complex than pure feelings, and such input can offer valuable guidance when helping another person who is facing important decisions. So if you are in touch with this gift of clairsentience, and you are able to feel, and this expresses itself sometimes in like goosebumps when you hear something, or if you are working with someone and you feel something that's not quite right, then you can actually share that with them and say, hey, this is what I feel. Why do I feel like that? What is going on? It helps you and alerts you to things that are going on underneath the surface, things that people might not share or talk to you about. Because just because you're working with someone doesn't mean that they're always going to share everything that is going on with them. And so at times you can pick it up using these gifts, and this gift of clairsentience especially, because it will guide you and it'll tell you, and depends on where you feel it, because even sometimes you feel it in your heart, because clairsentience is powered by the heart chakra. Blocks in our heart chakra can manifest in our physical health through heart problems, asthma, weight issues. But blocks are often seen even more clearly through people's actions. So people with heart chakra blocks often put others first. So they're like self-sabotaging a lot of times to their own detriment. It's the middle of the 7 chakras, so it bridges the gap between our upper and lower chakras. And it also represents our ability to love and connect to others. When out of alignment, it can make you feel lonely, insecure, and isolated. But when you are in alignment with your heart chakra, then your clairsentience is like on point. It's on point, and you can trust it so much more easily because you know that you are in alignment. And so as you go through and you use it with business, when you talk to someone and you get this funny feeling maybe in your chest or something, then it may be telling you that they're not being truthful with you, or it may be telling you that that's not a person that you want to deal with. Maybe if you're in a situation where you're getting ready to do a contract or something like that, and you look and you start having these goosebumps or these feelings, or you start having tingling in your chest or something like that, and it's not a heart attack or anything, then that could be telling you that that is not the contract that you should enter into. Our body will speak to us. It'll speak to us. And if we begin to embrace these gifts, we'll be able to use them in business and excel. Not only business, but life. But I'm talking about intuition in business today. So as you begin to use these gifts, then they'll share with you so many things in your business to help you. If you're doing a project, or you are doing you're working on an offering or something like that, and you begin to feel disconnected to it, then that may be telling you that that's not the offer to do. Or you might not be connected to the price, and it might be telling you in your heart, that's not enough, or that's too much, whatever it is. It will tell you, and if you connect it, it'll tell you and it'll share with you. And so that is one of the reasons why I am so excited about this new book that I am doing, Intuition in Business. So I hope to have it finished and out in the next few weeks. Hopefully, I really want to get it out before the new year, but I'm not stressing or pressuring. I'm just letting you know. So it will be available soon. I'm going to publish it on Amazon. So it's called Intuition in Business. And I'm super, super excited about the fact that we're going to be able to get this out into the world so that people can understand and begin to. I actually want to make it where it's easily digestible. So I don't want to make it super, super long. I actually read a book like that, and I thought that was perfect, because this is such a heavy topic and it's so deep. Because I want to provide exercises also to help you to develop your senses. Because like I said, we all have them. Everybody has all of them, but we just don't always maximize them. And then some are more potent than others. Like for me, my clairaudience is on point. I hear spirit all the time. Some of the other ones are probably not as strong, but I do possess all of them. But so that might be the truth for you. You might be more clairsentient, or you might be more clairvoyant, or you might be more claircognizant. And clairvoyance is not what the shit that they show you on the TV. Not that. That's a whole something. I don't know. That Hollywood made up. But it exists in so many different ways, and it also can show up in so many different ways. So super grateful to be before you sharing this, but I said I wasn't going to come on here and stay long. I just wanted to bring this because this was on my heart to share and begin to open up. And I want you guys to know that I am writing this book. And so I want y'all to get it, especially if you are in business and you want to know how to connect to your intuition in order to make your business profitable and a success. Because there are so many of us in business that are not making no money, or haven't made money, or it took a long time to make it, So I want this to be something that is a reference point for you, something that you can use, that you'll have some exercises in there that can help you to strengthen your intuition. So that is what I'm doing. So thank you so much. I appreciate you for joining me today. Those of you that catch the replay, thank you. I appreciate that. And if you are on Facebook, I put my links for YouTube and TikTok in there. I would love it if you would follow me there, because I go live on TikTok every day. And I'm going live on YouTube more and more. So I want you to be able to follow me there so that you'll get a chance to consume some of this amazing content that I am doing. So again, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a blast, as it always is. I appreciate you. Those of you that are subscribed to my channel, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you're watching me on YouTube and you're not subscribed, why not? Hit that subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified when I come on live. So again, I truly do appreciate all of you. And I want to thank you for joining me today to talk about this intuition. If you have any questions, you can either comment or you can reach out to me on any of these platforms. I am live on Instagram, I'm live on Facebook, and I am live on YouTube. So you can reach out to me on any of these platforms if you have any questions, or if you would like to have a session with me, because I do one-to-one healing sessions. I have one session, and I also do a 3-pack, because sometimes healing is not linear. Sometimes it takes more than one session. and I understand that, and I have no issue with it. And so I've tried to make those sessions reasonable so that if you are ready, that you can join me. So again, thank you so much for joining. I also have, I do an angel intuitive reading, which is an oracle reading. And it also includes your affirmations. And so I'll do recorded affirmations so that you can play them on loop, because I like to play my affirmations every day. Actually, I just read mine, but I like to play them every day when I have them. I have some different affirmation videos that I like on YouTube. One is I Am by Luke Bryan Smith, which is amazing. And I play it almost every day. I try to play it every day in the morning when I'm getting ready because it's just amazing. And so if you haven't had a chance to watch that, make sure you do. I will drop the link of it in the comments on whatever this is. On Facebook. Let's see. Yeah, let me get the link. Okay, let's see. I'm going to drop it in the comments. That way you can access that if it's something that you like. And I'll put it in the chat over here on Instagram. So, all right. So thank you so much for joining me. This has been a blast. I have truly, truly enjoyed it. Had a blast, a good time as always. I will be back on again on Sunday for Sunday service with the Morrisons. So you can join me there. We're going to be on Sunday. We come on and we talk about all kinds of goodness. I talked about faith in one. We talked about healing in one. We talked about cancel culture in one. So I come on and we talk about things and we provide sometimes some spiritual text. But yeah, so we're doing Sunday service and that's when I'll be back on. So thank you so much for joining me. It's been a blast. I always enjoy coming on here and talking to you guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, evening, night, your weekend, whatever it is. Bye now.